Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is me, Huzaifah Ahmed from Rehan's Korangi campus. Today I've got another topic with me for discussing with ChatGPT on the role of creativity in problem solving. So let's start with it. Hey ChatGPT, today the topic of discussion with you is going to be the role of creativity in problem solving skills.
Oh, I love that topic. Creativity is such a powerful tool when it comes to solving complex problems, right? So, where would you like to start? Are you thinking about personal skills, workplace innovation, or maybe something more educational?
Why don't you tell me what is creativity in the context of problem solving? Is it about having wild ideas or something more structured?
That's a great question. I think it's both. Creativity and problem solving is about breaking out of rigid thinking patterns. So, yes, wild ideas definitely have a place, but it's also structured. It's about using different frameworks, perspectives, and even constraints to come up with novel solutions. So, it's this blend of the imaginative and the methodical.
What's the difference between logical problem solving and creative problem solving? Do you need both?
That's a really good distinction. So, logical problem solving tends to rely on clear, step by step reasoning, like applying known formulas or past experiences to get a solution. Creative problem solving, on the other hand, leaps beyond the obvious. It challenges assumptions, combines unrelated ideas, and finds new pathways. And honestly, you do need both. Logical reasoning keeps you grounded, but creativity pushes you toward those breakthrough solutions. So, they really complement each other well.
Okay, what does neuroscience say about which parts of the brain are activated during creative problem solving?
Neuroscience shows that creative problem solving involves a dynamic interplay between multiple brain networks. Key players include the default mode network, which sparks spontaneous ideas, the executive control network, which focuses and evaluates, and the salience network, which switches between them. Specific regions like the prefrontal cortex, temporal lobes, and parietal lobe all collaborate, helping us generate, refine, and focus creative solutions.
Why do people default to familiar solutions even when they clearly aren't working? Like, what holds them back?
Yeah, that's really common. Our brains are wired to save energy, so we often default to familiar patterns because they're easy, no mental effort. Plus, there's a comfort in certainty. Even if a solution fails, it's known, so we trust it. Breaking out of that requires deliberate practice, challenging assumptions, seeking diverse perspectives, and being okay with uncertainty.
Now, I want you to tell me what's the connection between diversity of thought and the quality of creative solutions in a team.
Oh, that's a big one. Basically, when a team has a diversity of thought, different backgrounds, experiences, disciplines, you get a wider range of perspectives. That variety challenges assumptions, sparks unexpected connections, and ultimately pushes the team beyond traditional solutions. In fact, research shows that diverse teams tend to produce more innovative and higher quality outcomes because they're not all locked into the same mental model.
Okay, how do constraints, which are limited time, budget, or resources, actually fuel creativity rather than just kill it?
That's a really interesting paradox. So, constraints actually force you to get more creative because they narrow down your options. You can't just rely on endless solutions, so you have to innovate within those boundaries. It pushes you to rethink assumptions, combine ideas in new ways, and often you end up with super elegant, unexpected solutions. So, a little pressure can actually be a creative spark.
What techniques do the world's most innovative companies use to unlock creative problem solving at the scale level?
Innovative companies scale creative problem solving by building a shared toolkit, using structured phases like clarifying, ideating, developing, and implementing. And they embed these processes through rituals like innovation sprints and idea funnels. They also make creativity a cultural norm by having leaders model curiosity, encouraging psychological safety, and using constraints to spark new ideas.
What's the role of failure and experimentation in the creative problem solving process?
Oh, failure is actually a huge part of the process. When you're experimenting, you're essentially running mini tests. Some will fail, but those failures give you critical feedback. They tell you what doesn't work, which frees you up to refine your approach. In fact, a lot of the most innovative breakthroughs come from unexpected failures that reveal new directions you wouldn't have considered otherwise. So failure is really a stepping stone to progress.
How do you know when to keep pushing for a creative solution versus accepting a good enough answer?
Yeah, that's a delicate balance, right? I think it really depends on your goals and the stakes. If you're working on something mission critical or you sense a big untapped potential, you keep pushing. But if the diminishing returns start showing up, like you're burning a lot of resources for little gain, then a good enough solution is often better. It's a judgment call, but staying aware of that trade off helps.
How has technology and AI changed the way humans approach creative problem solving? Help or hindrance?
Ooh, it's definitely a double edged sword. On one hand, AI accelerates ideation. It can analyze huge data sets, surface patterns, and even generate novel design options we might not think of. But on the other hand, if we rely too much on AI, we risk losing that human spark, intuition, serendipity, and context. So it's most powerful when it's a collaborator, augmenting us, not replacing us.
Right. What's one creative problem solving technique someone can apply today to a challenge they are currently facing?
One really effective technique is called scamper. It stands for substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, and reverse. Basically, you take your current solution or idea and you go through each of those prompts to reimagine it in different ways. It's super simple, but it can unlock fresh angles on a stuck challenge.
All right, everyone, this was the end of my discussion with ChatGPT for today. I hope you liked it. Until the next one, Allah Hafiz.